Namaskar, greetings, gratitude. Today, on the hot seat with me is Mrs. Deepika Malik. Mrs. Deepika Malik is a principal. She is a resource person with NCERT and also the CBSE. She's a master trainer with AIEF, All India Educators Forum. I welcome you, Deepika ma'am, to the Star
Thank you.
Talks episode number 35.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for
How are
this
you
on.
doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Good. I'm fine.
Thank you.
How
Thank you,
about
ma'am.
you? How about you, ma'am?
I'm
All
fine.
okay?
Thank you. Yeah, all good, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, I see that you are a principal since 2018. So, since 2018 to here, 2025, you must have seen many changes coming as a principal in the education system. How have you been evolving through all this? Please throw some
Yeah,
light.
yeah. There's a lot of change, in the past few years. Many changes have come about, and many new developments in the education sector have been introduced. And then I have realized that it's the being principal, being leader is not just an administrator. The role has diversified. We have to be visionary leaders, we have to be mentors, we have to be facilitators. And along playing so many roles, we have to take care of the students, we have to take care of the parents, and we have to take care of all the stakeholders. We have to see that there is a balance and there is a coordination between all the stakeholders. We also have to see that now the focus is more on holistic education of the students. No doubt it was earlier also, but then now it has a lot more inputs which we as leaders have to incorporate. Then we have also seen an era of technological integration. Long back, technology was confined only to to the computers areas and the computer teachers and to a few people only. But now each and everyone has to be excellent or well versed in technology. So digitization, technological integration is also it's need of the hour now. So besides this, the NEP is introduced so many new things. Again, stress on skill education and on the emotional intelligence. So that all requires lot and lot from a principal, not just a leader, but a person with having who can tackle and who can create a balance between all these things. So that is how I find. And for this we need to upgrade our skills, we need to update ourselves, we need to go through trainings, because we also as leaders, if we adopt the new pedagogies, only then we can expect our teachers, our staff, to adopt same and go with the flow.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. Absolutely, you're right here. Ma'am, you were talking about IT, that integration has to be there. And we in this time, we have seen that our children are also exposed to much of the social media and everything. And how can we educate our children to manage their times? I mean, these days parents are all complaining that children are always on the mobile phones and everything. So what do you suggest, ma'am? How to
Yes.
let them use the tech, like they should not become the tool in the hands of the technology, right? But the technology should be a tool in their hands. What do you say, ma'am?
Yes. Now, this is a very big challenge, a very problematic thing, because the mobile phones and this technology has entered our rooms. The parents are busy, and in that only, every work is being on this, technology. We are all dependent. We are becoming dependent. Now, for the students, we need to we need to tell them, because in the schools only, when they spend 6 to 7 hours they are away from the phones, and once they reach home, they definitely have this tendency to have the phone, to go through it, through browse and all that. So in that regard, ma'am, we first of all we need to educate the parents also, that parents have to be very strict regarding this. They have to lay down boundaries, they have to fix down their own boundaries, and only then they can ask the students, ask the children to limit the use of mobile phones. Because mobile phones ultimately, as you just said, it should be a tool for us. We should not be grabbed in their usage. So with this regard, regular workshops for the parents and regular counseling session in the school for the children, I think that can be done. Because ultimately the children learn a lot of things from the teachers and school principals and everyone. So the impact of teachers is always there. So if the teachers say something, the children do follow. The parents also know this thing, they also agree. And for the parents also we need, because parents also at times become casual, and they just say, okay, school is not telling them to do, they are using. So they have, we as leaders, we also need to call the parents, have some programs for them, and tell them that this usage has to be prohibited. And we can, in that workshops and in that sessions, we can tell them that how they can limit the time. They should give them some kind of outdoor activity targets, right? And they have to be involved. The parents must engage themselves in the students outdoor activities, take them out. It's only because if parents will have a limited um, usage, they can lead by examples. If they will use less, the students, children will use less. If they are addicted, it's very difficult for the children to remain aloof from the such gadgets. So that is, I
Absolutely.
think, we can.
Absolutely, ma'am. Because we have seen, because of the exposure to the social media, the children, I mean, the language also at times that they are using is not correct. So,
Yes.
in school also. How do you promote the positive culture, ma'am, in the school then?
Again, ma'am, in this promoting positive culture, again we have to play a role, in the sense that I continuously, on every regular basis, on alternate days, or whenever I get time, I go to the class, and just any class, just talk to them on any general issue and let them speak, and then tell them. Because everything can be taught by examples. So if we quote our own examples and tell them about our previous time, how we were being taught and how the things were going on, so children eagerly listen to you. They are really wondering, okay, the time was there when there were no mobile phones. So such examples, if we quote them, they try to take interest and they understand this importance. Secondly, some teachers, I I deputed some teachers as mentors for certain students, certain problematic students. So for those problematic students who create negativity, I assigned a teacher like that. She has to take the mentor role, and regularly she has to talk to that child on his problems, on his issues, on his any grudges, if he has, if problems he is facing, or his positive things. So about that, if that that teacher is talking to him or her, and then guiding him or her and telling him that what is right, what is the right approach, how should he go about. So these small steps can bring a positive change in the children. And gradually, if it is done with few children, and gradually it spreads. Not all children are alike. Some children are more negative, and the remaining are okay, fine. So the negative children, or those children who are problematic, they must be taken care of first, and then the next remaining. This is how I try to create positive culture.
Absolutely, absolutely, ma'am. And ma'am, tell us something. How do you relax and unwind yourself, ma'am? You,
Uh, when I get time, I just like to listen to the music, and that also the old music, old songs, and all. That is my favorite pastime. And besides that, I have also associated with an NGO which works for the smaller children of these slums and all. We educate the children from
Okay.
the surrounding areas. It's the we have made this 2 3 places we provide for their education. So there are teachers, some retired and some already working. So evening may they have their classes and all. Plus some other tasks also that NGO is undertaking, like providing some kind of employment opportunities to them, then health checkups for them. So these kind of things. At times I go there. At times I spend. That's how I be doing that only.
Great. Wonderful, ma'am. Share some happy moments, ma'am, of yours with us.
Uh, Happy moments, when you are in the school, when the smaller children, sometimes I used to go on round, and the smaller children would come around, and they would simply wish you are certainly lost somewhere, and you are little bit stressed or something, and the children will come around and say, good morning ma'am, how are you? Only these two words from these smaller children, it really forget my
Right.
all stress, all my burdens, all my tensions, and I would say, I'm fine, how are you? So that way the communication would start, and it really would give us happiness. See, the children are looking upon us, and they want us to listen to them. So that kind of simple greetings with them also sometimes make your day. And that's in the school, and at home also it is the same, when children are around, when family is around, when we are on outing together. So these are small moments, small things which really give us happiness.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming to the Star Talks today. And we had a lovely chat together. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Preeti ma'am, for making me realize certain things. When we speak, when we are on a platform, and when we converse and we communicate, we get to know much about our own self also. So that is, we
So
make it
nice.
out, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
to discover. So it was nice talking to you, and
Thank you.
really good. Good job.
Thank you.
You are also doing good job. Talking to people and letting others also gain from their experiences. So that's a
Thank
good
you.
thing, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure, ma'am. Thank you, my dear audience, for being with us in this lovely chat. And we have been observing Women's Week. And now we come to the weekend, and it's your holy celebration time. And happy Holi to all of you. Play safe, Holi.
The
Enjoy with
audience
flowers.
as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Happy Holi to you, ma'am, as well.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.